Yes, welcome back, Shimboners. Boy, do we have an action-packed pod for you. So let's get straight into it. My co-host, back from his second holiday of the footy season. My goodness me. You're like the media who have to fly off all the time mid-season to get their little holidays in.
Yeah,
Big Chief.
King and Kane do it, so why not me? Great to be back and co-host. I like it.
Yeah, look, we thought you might have had to spend a couple more weeks in the twos, but we've brought you back in and we've got a lot to talk about today. So a quick summation for our listeners. We've got a mega trade preview. We're answering all your questions around trade. We've been sending a few mega trades as well to have a look at. There's plenty to talk about. We've got the Tasmania concessions that have been announced, what that potentially means for us. New rules, the throw up and the sub.
The throw up?
Yes. No more ball up.
Fair dinkum spew.
Oh, sorry, no more
Terry
bounce.
Wallace.
Yeah. And of course, the thing that I think we'll start with on this pod is the West Coast assistance package that was announced during the week. And definitely a few eyebrows raised from North supporters when West Coast's package of 4 extra list spots and pick 19 was announced, with the most interesting part of the pick 19 being that it didn't have to be traded. What are your initial thoughts, Chief?
Well, it matches up pretty similar to ours. And our last premiership was 1999. I was there. And when was their last premiership?
2018, 7 years ago.
7 years ago. So they've struggled. They're poor West Coast supporters. There's been a lot of pain for 7 years. When was their last finals appearance?
I need to double check, but I'm nearly certain it was 2020. Well, one thing I do know, that they finished 5th and had a home final. So, yeah, I'm not sure they've exactly been cellar dwellers for an extended period of time.
No, and pick 19 is going to fast become pick 23-ish, I reckon.
Oh, at least.
But not having to trade it means it'll retain that value, because as soon as you're forced to trade something, it loses. It's like driving a brand new car out of the lot. It drops in 20% value straight away. And 4 list spots? We only got 2.
And we only got it the second year. Like our first package, just to catch our listeners back up to speed, we got a second and third rounder that we had to trade.
Yes. And
which ended up turning into Griffin Logue and Darcy Tucker.
Yes. Well, Tucker will be lucky to be on the list in about 2 months' time.
I can't see it happening, but anyway. And Logue, we all know the year he had.
He's underperformed, yes. So picks 2, second and third round picks at the start of the rounds, weren't they?
Yeah, I think so. But they had to be traded, so it automatically dilutes the pick, as you mentioned before.
And we basically traded them to the one club and got 2 players from Freo.
The other thing I want to mention quickly on West Coast, the advantages they have on us. They're the richest club
in the league.
And, I mean, this isn't through any advantage that they've brought on, but they're a 2-team state. So automatically they're a 50% chance when someone wants to come home, whereas we have to compete with 9 other clubs and a lot bigger clubs in that as well.
Yeah, well, no one wants to come to North because we're a smaller club.
Hey, we've got a big fish today. We'll get to that in a second.
Oh, yes. Well, it's hard to get a big fish where it's, like you said, it's easier for them because they've got if there's a go-home factor back to WA, it's either Freo, who will probably argue they're in the window, or West Coast. But West Coast are the bigger club in the town. And once they get going again, they'll pack out Optus, and they can overspend on all the foot. They can pay the.
They have been.
They can pay the soft cap.
They
tax.
said that in one of the club emails that came out.
We can't do that because we've still got to buy raffle tickets to make this club financial, which we are at the moment. But we're not a big club. We can't overspend like other clubs can. So they've got a lot more resources than we do, and they've had a lot more success in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And this is what drives me crazy, right? So Melbourne and Carlton were the 2 architects of rorting the system. When it was, you didn't win 4 games, you got a priority pick. Then you didn't win 4.5, you got a priority pick. Then teams rorted that, or it was the Leeds they rorted it. So now it's secret herbs and spices, and the AFL just make it up as they go. And all those years we were a good team or a middle of the table team where it's the worst place to be. We got nothing. And you think, well, when we go down, we'll get our fair whack. Well, they changed the rules. It's just like they do with the NGA. Like we should have Riley Sanders. They changed that. Now they're changing it back.
Yeah, don't start me on them,
I mean,
Jace.
it's just... But what annoys me about our club is we don't seem to jump up and down about it.
No, we're too nice at the moment.
We're way too nice, and that's why we'll get onto it. I think it's in your rundown, but St Kilda. Right or wrong, they're just going hard. They thought we're sick of having one premiership in the bloody cupboard, and we're going hard.
And it might blow up in their face, but guess what?
They're having a crack.
Exactly.
And that's all we want from our club, is to have a crack.
But we've always identified the North Melbourne Footy Club with that ruthless edge, under-resourced, but always, giving it all. And I just think we're just too accepting of mediocrity.
Yeah.
And that's been the case for a while.
And back to West Coast and their assistance package. Like every team that's at the bottom, they've done something wrong, or they wouldn't be at the bottom. But it is hard to get off the bottom once you're there. And it's easy in this modern age. We've seen it with Hawthorn, we're seeing it with Geelong. Now Brisbane are up there, we're going to see it with them. When you're up the top, it's actually easier to stay at the top.
Sydney, another one.
But Sydney, another one. But West Coast, they rolled the dice on Kelly, trying to stay in that premiership window, and now it's blown up, and they've only been down for, 3 years, and they've got assistance. We've been down for 6.
Yeah. We haven't played finals
we haven't
in 10
improved.
years.
We haven't improved like much this year. Statistically we have, and to the eye we have, but not enough. Still finished 16th,
Yeah.
for God's sake.
No one's given it a pass, Mark. Well,
Anyway.
not on this pod, anyway.
No. All right,
So
roll on.
Let's just quickly run through the other news outside of our footy club with the sub being scrapped. I'm sure we're all happy to see
Yeah,
that go.
get rid of the vest.
Hello, Taylor Goad. You'll get some more opportunities now with 5 on the bench, you'd imagine. And the bounce gone. What are your thoughts as a long time watcher?
Well,
footy?
traditionalists, I didn't mind the bounce, and I loved it when it went straight to Adam Simpson and he kicked a goal. I don't know if you remember that, out of the centre. It was against Collingwood, and they did the bounce. It went sideways. Simo was in the right spot, got it, and either kicked a goal or laced someone. Well, probably didn't lace someone out, being Simo. I love Simo, but he wasn't the best kick in the league. But it cost us a goal, or cost them a goal in a tight game. We actually got on the favourable side of it and won. But I think throw it up. Like, they do it all around the ground. That, there used to be every stoppage was a bounce. Now it's just the after a goal and start of the quarters, get rid of it. Hopefully the umpires then, instead of looking down, might be able to see. Well, Dacos will love it.
What do you mean after it's gone? There's no start of the quarters.
That's what I mean. So now they're throwing it up. They'll be able to put their eyes straight onto the doing what they're meant to be doing instead of a party trick. They're meant to be actually umpiring the game.
I would have liked it still to be at the start of each quarter, because you've got to keep. It's what makes our game unique. I think James Hird spoke really well throughout the week on Trade Radio about keeping a bit of identity about AFL football, and we're just sort of.
Do you want to put the goal umpires back in the long jackets and the
Yes,
white
I
hats
would.
as well?
And get that bloke back who got a slight brush and went down
Oh, yeah.
like a wrestler.
Went down like Max Gorn when Big X breathed on him.
Exactly.
I don't mind it. Look, I'm normally a traditionalist, but just throw it up. Umpires, watch for the holds around the stoppage. Nick Dacos will love it. He'll get an extra 3 free kicks a game.
Yeah, well, I will agree to disagree there then.
Do you want the bounce?
If you were listening.
Yeah, at the start of the quarter.
Start of every quarter.
Yeah, then what they recall it, and you've wasted 3 seconds off the clock.
Who cares? That's footy.
Okay.
The
other thing I'd like them to say is I like them to throw it up higher. Because if you go back and watch old footage of the bounce, it used to go miles in the air, and now they just do it's almost jump ball. You got to put a bit of height into it. So they should be able to do that when they're throwing up, but I bet you they don't, because they don't seem to throw it very high when they're doing round the ground stoppages. So throw it high, and you might get the rucks to come and actually jump at the ball if it's thrown high.
Last one before we get to the Mighty Kangas. Tassie was announced that the concessions that they'd get. I don't really want to talk about the picks because it's not relevant at the moment, but the $5 million sign-on bonus, what it means for us, with Colby contracted until the end of 2028, so it'll be the second year of the Devils pending everything comes in.
Yep.
And the asterisk series, they can only spend a max of $3 million. So worst case, they'll still have $2 million left for when Colby comes out. So
They'll throw the bucket at him.
They will, but I'm not overly. I wouldn't say I'm hugely concerned. Speaking to people who are close to Colby,
$2 million.
Loves the Melbourne lifestyle.
Let's say it could be $3 million. That'll buy you a few houses in Hobart.
Yeah, they'll go hard for Riley Sanders. Anyway, let's get
He'll
into...
go. I'll call that now.
Yeah, so
Sanders will come home.
I think so too. Let's get into the news from today. The free agency period has started, and we've got our first recruit of the off-season, Charlie Spargo from Melbourne. He's officially joined as a free agent. I'll just quickly touch on him. We have done more in depth in previous pods, but for those who might need catching up, so he'll be a free agent, rumoured on a 3-year deal. He'll be 26 in November. He's played 108 games for 64 goals at the D's where he won a flag. He was picked 29 in the 2017 draft. And I did some homework, right? So I got to work, thought, oh, the people want to know. So I went and analysed every year of Melbourne's best and fairest to see where Charlie Spargo fit because, you know, he's a role player in a good side. The highest he ever finished in a B&F count was 13th.
Yep, that's where you'd expect a role player to finish.
Yeah. He's not a huge, big fish or anything, but it costs a list spot and that's it. Like, obviously, we're not giving away any draft capital.
Free agent, a true free agent,
yep.
Costs us nothing but a list spot. I think we disagree here. I think he's an upgrade on Jacob Kostandis.
I don't.
Well, he's a better ball user. I will die on that hill. What we've seen from Kostandis, he's a better ball user.
I agree.
Okay.
But I don't think he can do enough defensively. And when we generally only play one small forward, because I don't count PC or Zurha or any of those as small forwards, then you need that manic pressure. And I'm not sure Charlie brings that. And his most goals in a season's 18, so it's not like he's bringing you that weaponry in front of goal that JK was missing.
Well, how many JK kicked this
off
year?
the top of my head,
11? 14, you reckon?
Yeah, something like that.
Of 23 games.
Yeah. So only 4 less than Spargo's career high, if you want to... I think...
Spargo's more experienced. Obviously,
is.
been turning 26, isn't he, shortly, and 108 games.
So
but has he peaked?
Well, I want to talk about the pros and cons. So
okay.
The pros for Charlie is when he's at his best, he's a great inside 50 kick. He takes the... he does those little chip kicks where it takes the pace off the ball, lets the forwards lead at the ball, which good luck doing that at North because they'll be running to the goal square.
Last one who did that was Boomer Harvey. Was the last one who had that kick in him, in his arsenal.
So I think that's his big weapon is his inside 50 kicking. He's a pretty smart user. The thing that worries me the most...
Can I just say something else on a pro?
Yep.
That's his role. He plays it. He plays that high half link-up player, which... I don't think Kostandis... Well, I don't want to be too hard on him, but he got every game this year to do it. And that's all he's played. He's only played the 23 games, and he's still only 20. So I'm not being... he's obviously got more potential. But I think Jai loved that role, didn't he, when he had it? That's why he wants out. So we've got a bloke who can play that role, has played in a premiership team, and wants to play it. Whereas all the others are midfielders who have been forced to play it.
Yeah, my worry to go on the negative side is his best footy was like 3 or 4 years ago. We haven't seen it in a long time. He was hanging on to his spot in Melbourne's side. He's had a ton of injuries. Had an Achilles, then came back and then hurt his shoulder again playing for Casey. Yep. And we are building Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs because another player under 175 centimetres.
Yeah, you got a name more?
Off the top of my head... Banch, JK, Daniel, Fisher, Will Phil.
Hanson Jr.
You reckon he's under 175?
No, he wouldn't be. He's about 180. You had him written
Geordie
down.
Payne, I think, might be.
No, he's 180. He's 180.
I don't know. I did have it written down earlier.
There's a few shorter. Oh, well, we're in line for Butterick.
Yeah,
but he's not coming now. So.
I want to touch on him a bit later on in the show, but I'm going to compare this to an everyday situation. So what this feels like to me is...
Yep.
Because he's not a needle mover. It feels like when you go to the shops with mum when you're a little kid.
Yep.
And she says, all right, son, you've been pretty good this weekend. You can get a toy. There's nothing there you really want, but you've been greenlit to get something. So you pick a toy, you don't really want it, you get home, you don't play with it, and you forget about it. And that's what it feels like Brady's doing this trade period. We're getting someone because we can. It's not going to change much, and... We'll touch on this a bit in the listener questions, but I'm sort of sick of getting, depth players from other teams that aren't going to move the needle for us.
Yeah. He's improving the side slightly, in my opinion. And I noticed you used the analogy of mum buying you a toy, because there's no way I'd have bought you a toy. And you forgot the fact you don't play with it, you leave it on the carpet, Dad comes home and bloody trips over it. It's like stepping on a Lego.
Oh, don't go there. But in saying that, he's a shin boner now. I want him to do well. Don't
absolutely.
twist it. I just wanted to float my concerns.
He's not a big fish.
And I'm happy to be proven wrong, because my track record on this pod, not great. I was very anti the Jack Darling move last year, and I had to eat my words on that. So, for the benefit of the club, I hope I'm wrong again.
Yep, okay, let's move on from the big fish Spargo.
Well, I want to talk about a couple of our boys. So, Jai Simpkin, you haven't had a chance to voice your opinions on the pod, I don't believe, have you?
No, I don't think so, because I've been away in sunny Bali just watching football. You'd love it over there, let me tell you, right? Every bar has about 19 TVs. And you love a good sports bar.
I do.
So you wouldn't like the heat, though.
My Eagles are flying in the NFL too.
Yeah, okay.
So I'd be all over that.
You do digress.
Guess what? They won 20 in a row, which is what the girls are looking to do tomorrow. So both sides flying into their title defences.
Yes. All right. So Jai, it shocked me because I was watching Gettable about probably 3 weeks ago, and they had the big screen with all the projected
Wall of Trades or whatever.
Wall of Trades. There was no North Melbourne players on there. None. And about a day later, the news drops that bloody Jai's not happy, not playing enough midfield minutes, and then they threw Zane up there as well, which I think was more in hope. But we had no one. Every other club had someone. We had no one. Then all of a sudden, Jai, the captain, wants out. The captain's role, well, part of being captain is you got to be a bit selfless and put the team first. I'm thinking Wayne Schimmelbusch. He played everywhere.
Yep.
And if Brass told him to go and play back pocket for the VFL, he would have done that as well.
Can I float another name to you?
Yeah.
Jack Zeeble. Do you reckon he wanted to finish his career playing
He played, exactly, midfielder, then forward, then back. So you just do what you're told and lead by example. And he had good form on the wing, even though it was a small sample size. I thought we'd found a winger. And after we'd been screaming for him to play there for 2 years, because he's on the starting... Well, start of the year, we debated whether he was in the starting midfield. You didn't have him in yours, and I had him in mine because I wanted the captain at the first bounce of the season.
Yeah, hang on.
Well, he's
hang on. I've got a receipt. Who do I want in there? Harry. How'd that age? Well, anyway, continue.
Okay, I thought we were talking about Jai, but anyway, you get one up on me if you like. Now I've lost my train of thought. Where were we? He's got to go to the wing.
But he played well there. That's the thing. If he had 4 touches on the wing, and fair enough, the role's not working. But the best he looked this year was when he was on the wing.
I was going to say he can have just as much impact playing on the wing and having low 20 touches, because he'll be one out.
But he wasn't.
He'll be able on the wing.
He was having high 20s on the wing.
Well, that's 30s. But I'm just saying average. Like he can have a good impact on the wing. It's not as if he's been forced to play a tagging role. Defensive small back. Yeah,
I'm with you. And Disco Stevens plays the defensive winger anyway, so he can still be attacking.
Yeah, I'm a bit shocked and very disappointed in Jai.
So am I. The other one who you mentioned briefly before, Zane Dersma. So the noise continues to grow about his unrest at the footy club, and
how much is media? All they want to do is link him to his brother at Essendon.
Well,
I could see Jai and Zane going to Essendon and unlocking the merit deal.
Well, I've got a mega trade from one of our listeners to come in a minute, but I just want to talk about Zane. A lot of noise coming out was that he didn't even get an opportunity to request a trade in his exit meeting, that they just said, under no circumstances we're training her. He's
trading. Hopefully they keep training him.
Yes, this is where I was going. A lot of talk that he's employed a personal trainer. He's identified he needs to get fitter.
Got Bulls. Bull got one a couple of years ago, remember?
Yeah, he did.
Did the Petrarca
can I flip side
Petrarca one for training's flying all around the country looking to get out of Melbourne.
Can I flip side one for you? Yeah. Jaden Stevenson also did one in the off-season and seemed to put on no weight.
Can we sidetrack?
What a waste of money. He would have been better off spending another 40k on Uber Eats.
Can we sidetrack to him?
Yeah, all right.
What a flog. Gee, I'm not on my 600 grand a year anymore. I want to play football again. You absolute waste of space.
Oh, Jesus, come on.
That's poor. I've lost a love for football. Oh, now I need some money. I've found my love again.
No one will pick him up, will they?
Oh, no, you'll have to do 6 month mid-season draft is his best hope. Or train on supplementary and absolutely tear it down. But no, look, not happy. Not happy with him.
Right, let's get to the mega trade because I love when people send this in. It can be as wild as you like, but this makes a lot of sense for all three teams involved. So let's get your thoughts.
You're gonna have to say it slowly so I can keep up.
Yeah, Johnny Apostolopoulos, I think it is. He told me I got it right last time, so hopefully I did again. So it's a three-way trade between Essendon, Hawthorn and North Melbourne. So We'll start with what Essendon receive. Essendon receive Zane Dersma, Jai Simpkin, pick 21 from North, and pick 8
from Hawthorn.
Hawthorn receives Zach Merritt.
Yep.
You with me? And North receive a future first from Hawthorn.
Oh, so that'll be pick, let's just call it pick 17.
And Nate Caddy.
Oh, okay. Now you've got me excited.
Yes. So I like it.
So we're a North podcast, so stuff what the others get. We get a future first from Hawthorn. I prefer it was from Essendon.
Yeah.
But let's say Hawthorn finished top 4. There'll be a couple of father sons, and it'll probably be 17 to 20.
We'll need the points from McCartney potentially anyway, but yes.
Yeah, and Nate Caddy, who has shown great promise.
And we give away
Jai,
Zane, and pick 21.
Yeah, I'd like to keep pick 21. I think Jai and Zane. I think I'm sold the farm on Zane yet.
No, neither.
And Jai's captain with 4 years. But yeah, Caddy would be good as long as he's got no baggage that comes with him. I'm not saying he has. That's something you got to be very careful of.
No, he's going to be a future star, but.
He's the same draft as Zane, so we could have actually drafted him. We don't want to go over that again.
Oh, my God.
You could almost say they're like for like, and we're throwing in Jai and pick 21 and getting back a future first from Hawthorn.
Yes. Let's talk about Zane, because you had him in our pre-season predictions, which we'll get to in another pod, to be one of your 3 breakout stars, and unfortunately it didn't eventuate that way. A lot of injuries and definitely some question marks over work ethic and intensity, I suppose. Would that be fair?
Oh, well, he didn't do a pre-season, but he did look a cut above in the VFL. Like, if you think Will Phil looked better in the VFL, he looked even better again. Like, he's way too good. So he's got the class to be an AFL
I still think
player.
I'm still chips in on him.
Yeah, so am I. So that's why I'm thinking giving him away along with Jai and pick 21. I'd probably want Essendon's future first. Rather than Hawthorn.
But I think he'll still be a star. Another big pre-season. He's got to want it. That's the biggest thing. I think he's got all the talents. Whether he wants to apply himself as hard as he can we send him with Harry for the pre-season and show him the level of professionalism it takes to be one of the best in the competition? Because we've got to remember that not all the picks come in like a Harry or a Colby or a Foss. And remember LDU showed glimpses and played a bit of VFL in his first few seasons and was more of a slow burn, but has that X factor. And I think similar could be the case with Zane as well.
Yeah, I agree.
And for God's sake, can he have a pre-season without having both shoulders strapped by November?
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
Yep. And I'd just like to thank that gentleman who sent that mega trade in. That was great.
Yeah, don't you love? I love reviewing them. Let's quickly touch on the next person. On my rundown in Connor Butterick, I wrote a big spill out, but we obviously didn't get him.
If you're a Doggies fan, listen. Because you got Bailey's research on your man.
Look, he would have been... He wasn't an important piece. Like, I'm not exactly shattered we missed out on him.
I don't think we really need him, because I think you got Jacko Archer can play that role.
I think so too. And he's not an offensive weapon. And I don't think you can have him and CD as 175 centimetres in the same backline. So...
Well, I think our backline, we know it's a major concern, but my biggest concern on our backline is the lack of ball movement capability. Yeah. If you take Colby out, which we touch on Colby, whether he comes back to Tassie, well, if he's still playing half-back flank in 2027, he will come back to Tassie because he's a midfielder. And he'll want to be a midfielder.
I agree.
So, and without Colby back there, we have we can't move the ball.
Right, let's talk about a couple of players that we are interested in, and there's not many that's left, but This is one that a lot of supporters are getting excited about, Chief. So, Jai Sarong from Hawthorn. He'll be 23 at the start of next year. He's an 193cm defender / winger. Can play in either position. He's been kept out of the Hawks side, but listen to the names ahead of him. So, Tom Barrass, Josh Battle, James Sicily and Blake Hardwick. Like, they've probably got arguably the best defence in the competition, Hawthorn. So,
and who's keeping off the wings? Impey or Amon?
D'Ambrosio and Amon. So, two pretty solid wingers as well. But he's got... I must admit, I haven't watched a great deal of Box Hill, but going back and seeing some of his highlights, his run and carry, he's a good height. I haven't watched enough to know if his kicking is consistently damaging or not, but I think he's definitely worth a punt. It's a position of need and wouldn't cost a lot in terms of draft capital. He's only managed 10 games so far, but has huge upside. Everyone at Hawthorn raves about him. Zane Littlejohn coming across could really help with that acquisition.
That's a massive, massive help.
And it was interesting on Trade Radio, I think it was Tom Morris was saying that he'd called multiple clubs and every single club he'd spoken to said that he's too good for VFL, that he's an AFL player.
Yeah,
so
unfortunately, Freo are now into him.
Yeah, but if he wants to play AFL, he's not going there.
Yeah, okay.
He's not getting in their back line.
No, well, maybe wing, though, for them.
Yeah.
He said he can play wing as well. And I think, as I've mentioned before, the league's going to go to tall wingers. In the Mason Wood category, that Dempsey, not that he's that tall, but he can take a mark. They're going to want the offensive wingman who can loop round forward and take a mark and be an outlet kick. Especially if, well, they haven't brought in the last touch, but if that ever comes in, they'll need someone who can leap and
that'll happen.
Touch the ball. Well, probably next year.
Yeah.
I don't reckon it'll happen this year now.
I think it will.
Yeah? Okay.
Seamus Mitchell, another one I want to raise from Hawthorn, out of contract. Can be apparently his training standards are off the charts.
Yep.
And just an ultimate competitor. Could he be that sort of Butterick play? He's a lot taller in 181. He could potentially be a delisted free agent as well. And for one, I'd much prefer going for someone like him than a Hugh Jackson, who's also been floated from Port Adelaide.
Yep, and go back to your mega trade. Let's throw Sarong into that coming to us.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's make who. Otherwise, what have Hawthorn paid? They only paid pick 8, didn't they?
And a future first.
Oh, yeah. Well, they need to pay a bit more than that.
Yeah. And the last player that we've been linked to, although this has gone ice cold lately, is Jordan Butts. So, obviously, I watch a fair bit of Adelaide as one of my best mates as an Adelaide supporter, so I like to stick the boots in when they're not playing well. But from what I've seen...
that worked out for you. Well, the finals came through.
Yeah, a rock-solid one-on-one defender. We've got to temper expectations. He's not going to give you a lot offensively, but he can play on the big boys and allow Chom to be the interceptor. I think he's worth a look, but I feel like at the moment he's more likely to stay than go. And it's also the dogs involved as well. So
yes, and all the media are saying they won't let him go. He's contracted, but he's a free agent next year, and he is a Victorian, so you've got a little bit of a come-home factor. But as we've mentioned, we've got, 10 other teams that will have a dig at him, not just the one crosstown rival like West Coast, Gold Coast, and the South Australian clubs have, and the Sydney clubs, for that matter.
Took you a while, but you got there. Right, let's get into...
I want to talk about track. And I know we're doing it...
We've got to get into listener questions before we talk about track, surely.
I just want to say, we know he's nominated Gold Coast. Be honest, if we'd have done this pod 2 days ago, where would you have had him go?
Probably Adelaide.
Yeah, I knew you'd be Adelaide because you love the crop.
I do not.
You love the crop. I always thought he'd pick Gold Coast, so it's easy for me to say here now it's happened, but...
Yeah.
Long-term listeners will know that I speak the truth.
Oh, jeez, here we go.
And what about, while we're on Melbourne, because everyone's departing?
No, I'm getting there.
You're getting there, right?
Right, let's get into the listener questions.
Favourite part of the pod?
It is. Thanks, everyone, for sending them in. We'll start with someone who's perfectly understood.
Is this yes, no, wait, or what?
Well, there's a mix of both.
Okay.
North AFLW, my only friend on Twitter. Jai Sarong and Seamus Mitchell. Yes, no, wait.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's a yes for me as well.
We'll get 2 there.
Yeah. Yeah, Steve Smith. Rude Tragic says, who do we go big or go home for? Now, this is interesting because there's not a lot of names, but one that's come up to light today, and there was a photo leaked of him with Stephen King and...
yes.
I can't think
Bailey Humphrey.
Yep, I'm big time on him. He's a freakish talent.
He is, but we've got he's a bit Cam Zerha-like, isn't he? So I've already got a like, but he's better than Zerha, and I know, don't hit me when I say that because he's your favourite player, but he's better than Cam, and obviously he's a lot younger and he still hasn't reached his peak yet. So yes, I'd definitely go in on him.
Yeah, me too, and that's probably the one I'd be looking at at the moment of anyone who wants to be going. Rick Wallace says, any danger of us being linked to a bloke you don't have to Google. Saints running rings around us.
I like it. That's really good.
And then he said, hope you touch on the handouts to West Coast. Champagne only just dry in their Premiership Cup.
Yeah, I totally agree with everything he said, but I didn't have to Google Spargo. I mean, your man Seamus Mitchell probably took me a little bit by surprise. I do remember when he was drafted because it's a name you remember. But, I haven't seen much. So I don't really watch the Box Hill Hawks, to be fair.
Old school jock. He's just short and sharp. I love it. Simpkin, trade or keep? For me, keep.
Yeah, keep.
Keep for me. Some of the...
Play him on the wing,
some
get
of the
him
commentary
right.
From supporters is laughable. We don't have depth to bring in.
No.
If we're a top 4 side,
he
then
finished
fair
fourth
enough.
in our best and fairest.
I know.
And he didn't have his best year ever. And he got a few Brownlow votes as well.
Yeah.
Not that I rate the Brownlow, but it just shows his form wasn't as bad as probably what you think.
I've got a good fantasy trade here from Kangaroo. It's definitely not as serious as our last one. Griffin Logue, Caleb Daniel and Zach Fisher for Isaac Heaney. Swans get 3 players for the price of 1 and we get a top 3 AFL player. Who says no?
Well, not us.
Not us. Right, here we go. This is what I like. A bit of mixed sports from Rory Pitt, who says, question for the pod. It's a 2-parter. Any word on what's going to happen with Will Phil? I'll answer that first. I think it's very much wait and see. West Coast might have dried up on... They're looking for him, and I think if Jai was to leave, we'd stick it with Will Phil. But you've got a couple of clubs you think...
Well, I think West Coast have dried because they're getting Robertson, who's very much a similar style player. I think Essendon, if Merritt goes, well, when he goes, Merritt's gone.
Yeah, he's not. Did you see that sort of hostage style video at the best and fairest? My God.
So maybe they'll get him for depth, although they have got Hobbs, who they've made a list as...
He's a spud.
He is a spud. Wilfield's an upgrade, but they're very similar. And clubs like to bring in new players to sell to the members. So even if it's only like for like, they might think, oh, here's a brand new shiny Wilfield, pick 3, couldn't get together at North because they're spuds, so that'll be their words and we'll fix him.
Yeah, like when Melbourne brought in Billings.
Yeah.
Thought they were going to fix him.
Yes.
There's a couple of clubs. Now his next part, this is what we want like for the yes, no, wait. It has perfect relevance. Ash's prediction. I'll go first because you don't read these. I've got to give you a bit of time to think. I think we win 3-2.
3-2?
Very competitive, yeah.
5 test series.
Yep.
I'm going to go... I'll go 3-1 to us. One will be a washout in the draw.
Yeah. Andrew Scalise.
Probably the Sydney Test.
Hello to any of our New South Wales listeners.
Well, every year.
Yeah, I know. It's horrific. Andrew Scalise. Not a trade question, but an update on the form of father-son potentials Harris and McCartney. Is McCartney a chance to still be chosen as a father-son? Or are we most likely losing him to the Swans? I could feel the steam coming out of your ears as we speak. So I'll go first on Harris.
How can the son of a 100-plus game player whose father actually works for GWS be in the Swans Academy? It just does not make sense. As Midnight Oil said, it makes no sense to me.
Well, the academy's for people who would otherwise be lost to football. And if your dad played...
And he's working for GWS.
He's not going to be lost to football.
Oh, my God. It's stupid. They need to stop that rort. They've got enough of their own academy people. Rugby converts, if you like. Like Heaney, as you said, is a poster boy. They don't need to take father-sons.
No, I'm with you. And to answer your question, Harris has had a really solid year. He's looking like he'll... Well, the experts are saying that he'll be sort of second round, and then McCartney's firming as a top 10 pick. So I noticed that Nick Larkey on Triple M, I think it was, said that they've been in his ear about coming to join North, and we very much hope so. He played 1 or 2 VFL games for Sydney, didn't get a lot of it, but the experience will help him, no doubt. So
it's harder for the keys again when they start playing against men as 17-year-olds. Can't remember what I was going to say. Move on.
Right. Great analysis there. Got another yes, no, wait. Clayton Oliver. Yes, no, wait.
No, never. Not in my lifetime.
He can't get any stronger than that.
Off field is a worry. I think the game's gone past him. He's too slow. He's a first touch player. I don't think we need him. He's a bigger body. That's the upside. He's a bigger body, so he can get first touch, get the handball out. But off field is a worry. He's 5 years. Well, I'm sick of 5-year contracts. So hello, Zach Fisher. I know he's only on 4, but we haven't spoken about him.
We'll get to him.
Can't give you a prediction on him.
Yes.
Delisted, picked up by wet toast.
Is one of our 4 extra rookie spots.
Well, something. And hopefully that'll be a win-win. Or get one of the 7 dwarfs off our list.
All right.
Did you mention him?
No. Yeah, I think I did.
And
my question for you
they'll get him for nothing.
Is Spargo an improvement on Fisher?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not so sure.
Okay, well, how many senior games Fisher played this year and how well did he go?
Well, he had a lot of injuries, much like Spargo. So, I'm a no on Oliver as well. Although the selling point is that he's signed... that he's only going to have about 600,000 of his salary.
Yeah, why? Because Melbourne can't get him out of there quick enough.
I know. I'm with you.
Alarm bells.
Look, I'm trying to play devil's advocate for the people at home.
Yeah, you're trying to give a positive spin on it.
But
if it was for 1 year on his contract, it may be worth a dabble because you've got nothing to lose. 5 years. If he comes across and has all his issues, and I still think the game's gone past him because you've got to be able to spread from a stoppage, and he can't.
No, he's too slow.
Yeah. And I don't think he can play any other position.
We can't be pushing Jai out of the midfield with his agility and then be bringing in
Exactly.
slow old Oliver.
Exactly.
And don't get me started on Jack Steele, with a lot of people wanting him as well.
No.
That's the same. We've got a Jack Steele in Luke Parker,
Yes.
who's more versatile.
And we've got an Oliver and Luke Parker.
Yeah.
The only thing is Oliver is a bit taller. But he's not the Oliver of 2021.
No, he's not. Jonathan Tackle says, hold or trade Dersma for a 2025 top 10 pick.
No, hold.
Yeah, I'm not doing that because, as we know, we've seen today how many picks are coming in for the compensation for free agency. We're going to get the Oscar Allen pick.
You know what you're going to get. You're going to get a midfielder.
Yeah.
We got pick 5, 6, 7 for him. But the best player is a midfielder.
Exactly.
Or you're going to have to reach...
No, there's Schubert.
Schubert, yeah, from South Australia. So let's hope he's not attached to the apron, the umbilical cord.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's been cut, not like JHF.
Exactly. Billy Lynch says, I'm also no on the trade for Dersma.
Yeah, I haven't given up on him. We've spoke about him before enough.
Billy Lynch, do you think we should get more aggressive this trade period like St Kilda?
Well, where's Brody? Is he still on holiday in Bali, where I was? Well, what is he? I mean, they're holding all these heads of football meetings at Marvel. I think he's on the MCG. He just hasn't been sighted. What are you doing, man?
Oh.
Hopefully he's just going to come out and go bang. Isn't he? He's going to do something.
I've got no faith.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not giving up on him yet, but we've got to do something because it's the only chance you get to meaningfully improve your list.
In saying that, though, this blends perfectly into the next question from Bryce Kelly, who says, is it better to bring in fringe players, sell the farm for 1 star, or keep our fringe players? Now, if Brady's doing nothing because all we can get is fringe players, power to him.
That's
because
fine.
I'm sick of bringing in offcuts from other teams.
You don't want a show bag. You don't want to pay a lot of money for a show bag. We've done that in the past.
Exactly.
And just get a chock-a-block full of shit.
So if we can't get players who are going to be B plus or better for us,
at least B. A B plus is pretty high.
B. But I'm sick of getting C minus talent in.
Yeah.
And that's why my concerns are with Spargo.
Yeah. Well, so Spargo's a C, in my opinion. At this stage, we'll see how
We're going to follow it all year because you and I'm team JK and your team Spargo. We'll see how it goes.
I'm 1-0 after Jack Darling.
Yeah.
And I would have rated Jack Darling this time last year probably a D plus.
Yeah.
And he went better than I thought. Anyway, I'm not selling the farm for 1 star. I mean, I'd like a star.
Well, if Harris Andrews came and said,
I'm not selling the farm.
For him I would.
Would you?
Yeah, he's a star.
Oh, Jack and the Beanstalk. Just sell the cow and end up with a bean. Is that what you got to do?
Well, he's a string bean, isn't he? Jay Kerno says, should we trade our picks into next year to help bid on Harris and potentially McCartney?
Yes, because thanks to AFL, they've finally done something about the father. Well, not so much. I've never been that dirty on the father-sons, but it's more the academy and the NGA stuff. But they're tightening those rules. So guess what? Just when we have a couple, we're going to pay more. But at least we're going to be able to get them, not like Sanders.
Do you know why? If it wasn't for Cody Walker, there'd be no chance. They would have changed it on North.
Oh, and Buick from Essendon.
Buick, yes.
Two big Melbourne clubs who are both struggling, so they were too frightened to change it. If it had been North, like you said, with a potential number one pick, they were bad luck. It's a lockout for about 2 years, and then they'd change it.
Right, I've got another one for you here from Ben. He says, I think Stephen May's worth a discussion. He can be a massive dickhead, but if you look at him just as a player in isolation,
no,
he would be perfect for us. Is the risk worth the reward?
No, he's too much of a massive dickhead. Too many off-field issues. He's too old, so he's not in our next premiership team, which a listener asked about a month ago. We're still getting to that. Maybe not premiership, but the finals team. We're still going to go through and see who we think would be in our next finals team.
Next premiership team, Harry Sheasel Jr. But yes.
But no, I think he's not worth it. He's 33, isn't he?
His form fell off a cliff in the
He
second
got
half.
injured and his form fell off. He's a real point and blame everyone else. I mean, if he has a fight with Max, I think Max Gawn, he's a pretty chill character, even though he falls over too easy when he's standing next to X. I think he's too much of a dickhead.
Yeah.
Do you agree? And I don't think he's a game changer. And for 1 year, I'd rather get 20 games in a shotgun, having been beaten up 6 times, and have May there for 15 games just pointing and ruining your culture.
I couldn't not have said it any better. Matt Cooper says, would you put our 2026 first round pick on the table for a trade, and if so, what kind of trade would be looked at? I don't think we will, just because of the McCartney and potential and with Harris being a top 30 prospect. It is worth noting that we haven't mentioned yet that we've been sort of in conversation with Gold Coast pick 6, Chief.
Yeah, is that fallen over a bit now because they need more points? And they're obviously going after... Well, no, they've fallen off Curnow, but they're going... Or track they've got to pay for.
Yeah, but they're going to get pick 7 for Flanders, which another dodge bullet from us, I reckon, because another short midfielder who's not exactly quick on the spread.
And not a great kick. A good... on average kick.
So, he's a solid player.
Yeah, we don't need him.
No.
What was the question? Trade into next year's draft? Or trade out of next year's draft?
Trade out of next year's
draft. No, I'm not trading into this year's draft because it's not as strong. I heard one of the reporters say he spoke to a recruiter, it was probably Tommy Morris, and said it really drops off after about 4, and then after 15 it's completely useless. I'm paraphrasing a bit, but yeah, not great depth.
Probably not a bad thing to get Whitlock in then.
Probably not. Might age well, although pick 4 is still pretty high, but it will turn into pick... what is it now? Pick 3?
Yeah.
It'll turn into pick 4 and then probably pick 6 after they bid on a couple of Gold Coast people.
Exactly. Ash Howard, here's one. I don't know whether I've shared this with you yet, but there's been a lot of mumblings, rumours, which we like. We encourage people to send in what they've heard.
Yep.
About Langford from the Bombers wanting to come to North. Would he fit into our forward line with Darling, Larkey and Trembath?
I've got a hot take for you. Yes, to start with. He's a leader. Hard on the lead forward, isn't he? Darling's not that because he hasn't got the pace anymore. Darling's more a bring the ball to ground. Darling was fantastic this year for us, overachieved on expectations, but I don't really want him in the side next year. I want people to go past him, and I think Langford would be one of those if he came in.
He's 192.
Yeah, so same size, ish. Like, we won't haggle over a centimetre. How old is he?
28.
Yeah, so good age group. Has kicked, what,
kicked
40?
50 goals.
Yes.
Was it last year?
No.
Was it the year before?
Yeah, was it when Core held him goalless until the last minute of the game?
And he sprayed someone.
It was Bailey Scott.
It was too, wasn't it?
Because Bailey didn't smother or turned it over or did something. And Core played really well. That was one of his, when he was in his form.
His 6-week
hotspot he has every year.
Let's talk about Bailey Scott, because there was lots of talk about whether he might seek a move or potentially hang up the boots, and radio silence out of North. So Just got to assume he's going to roll into next year.
I think they're just waiting to see what list spots, and if they have to cut him and pay him out, they will.
Yep. Luke Gibson, rank Sarong, Butts and Butterick in order of preference. Well, Butterick's put a line through him.
Yeah, so he's number 3.
Yeah.
Immediately. By picking the doggies, he's gone for 3. He would have been 3 anyway.
Yeah.
I think
Butts
is 1,
Yeah.
Sarong's 2.
But looks like Butts won't be happening.
Well, and hopefully, I hope we get Sarong, because 193, versatile.
Oh, it's worth a punt, absolutely.
And, Goda's always injured. We're waiting for Goda to play that role, but he's always injured.
Yeah, Bergman looked like he might. He's been delisted.
Yeah.
So, there you go. Ash also said, I'm sorry, Ash, I missed the end of your thing. Do you reckon Jai Simpkin got wind that he was losing the captaincy?
No.
Because there was... all the reports are that it was a pretty heated exit meeting.
Well, obviously Jai's a proud man and went in and said, he's probably still living off his... Well, he's won 2 SIDs playing midfield in obviously poor teams. He won the medal for that Indigenous All-Stars game where he dominated.
I'm sick of hearing that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm being Jai.
Okay.
He's thinking, this is what I've got. This is what I can bring to the table. But he couldn't bring it for us consistently. And people have gone past him. And he had his 4 or 5 year window, and he never even looked like being All Australian, did he? I mean, he was a good, solid player, one of our better players. But I think who we've got in there now, Elder Yu, I can make a case he could be an All Australian if he put it together for 22 games. Harry certainly probably already should have been, and if my man, the Warlord, can actually play 20 games. He'd be better than Jai in there.
Now, I was saying this...
And I reckon Jai's annoyed that Parker's obviously taken his midfield minutes.
Yes, I agree. I think that...
But Parker's... Jai was having to play bigger. He was the first hit to... he was almost having to play the Cummins role, wasn't he? And he can't do it. Or he can't do it as well as others or as well as he should be able to do it.
And Parker can body the Crippses and the Bontempellis, and Jai can't.
Yeah, that's right.
Simple as that.
And Jai can dominate the wing. He could be an All-Australian wing.
Oh, this is what shits me. There's nothing wrong with playing the wing.
I know. And you're captain. You should be sacrificing for your team. You say when you run out to the battle, what was Pagans? War without weapons.
Yeah.
Let's do everything for our mates and our team. And if this is... Play your role. And Clarko, as we know, is big on play your role. So I reckon it was a very heated exit meeting where Jai said, I want midfield. Clarko said, no, lad. No, lad, you're on the wing.
Well, hopefully this is a sign we're getting back to more of the ruthless Clarko, because he's been a bit neutered so far. And I think the racism scandal definitely took some of the ruthless edge out of him.
Yep.
And hopefully he gets his confidence back a bit. And because it's go time, Clarko. There's no more patience in the supporters or some of the players by the sound of it either.
Yeah, no, obviously I haven't been on the pod for a while. You and the Frog might have spoke about it. I was waiting on Edge in Bali to listen to a North pod, and I just could not... What happened?
Well,
he was sick, and...
your grandsons, what happened?
Yeah, okay. Well, we're not going to blame little Deputy. But, yeah, anyway... did you talk about Little John? Because I think that's a fantastic appointment.
Did you listen then?
Probably not. It didn't drop, did it?
Yes. We did talk about Zane.
Yeah, so that's a fantastic appointment to get head of strategy. So we might see a game plan they stick to.
Well, that's all we can ask for. Right, let's thank you everyone for sending your questions. Keep them coming. We'll have them throughout the trade period now. The list of 2026 free agents came out, and I was on my lunch break, and I thought, wouldn't it be good to scan through the 96 players and see who we should be having a fair dinkum crack at? So I've come to a list of about 10.
Yep.
Right, let's start. We'll go through alphabetically. So Adelaide have got 2 that I'd look at.
Yep.
Jordan Butts, obviously we're looking at him this year. He's a free agent end of next year, so that speaks for itself. And Mitch Hinge potentially could get pushed out a little bit.
No.
He's a pretty good left foot. If we don't get Sarong and we're looking for a tall winger, I think he'd come pretty cheap. Let's talk Brisbane. So Zach Bailey's the one that you just got to make a Godfather offer. I think he's an out and out star. If he could kick straight in front of goal, hang on, no, let me finish. If he could kick straight in front of goal, I think he could be the best player in the comp.
Yes. Well, on grand final day, What did he kick? 3-6?
3-6, yeah.
He could have won it, put it to bed by half time.
He is just X factor everywhere.
Yeah, I'd look at him, but no doubt there'll be bigger clubs going for him.
Yeah, you go to Collingwood or something. Another one who's a free agent at Brisbane who I think goes under the radar and they missed when he went down injured this year. And if we're still looking for that sort of lockdown defender, Noah Answorth, another one that wouldn't cost you the farm and could get squeezed out with all the talent that is there in Brisbane. Key forward from Fremantle, the big prancing pony, Patrick Voss, will be a free agent at the end of next year. He could be one if we're looking for still yet a partner for Larkey. And he's a bigger frame, bigger size.
They'll sign him.
Yeah, I think they will.
I don't think he'll be, but I like him, but I think he'll be off the table pretty early.
Well, while we're on Free, I've got a question for you without notice. Would you be having a crack at Jai Amos?
Oh, yeah.
Because he's sort of, from what I've heard, a bit frustrated at Freo. They've obviously got Tracy and Voss who have gone ahead of him. I feel like he could be one if you were searching for a key forward that could be prized out.
Yeah, I'd have a look at him.
Yeah.
I think he's from over there, isn't he? Not that really matters these days.
Well, so's Logue.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter if he's not happy or not playing the role he wants.
GWS, I've written 0% chance, but Toby Green. It'd be nice to come in.
Yeah, too old now. Yeah. Sorry, I know you love him. But
well, let's just run the hypothetical that we win
PC's
15 games next year.
PC is my big take. PC's better than him, gone past.
He was crap this year, Toby. Yeah. Hawthorn, right, there's a couple here. Mitch Lewis.
Yep, I'd have a look at him.
I'd have a look at him this year. I think he could be gettable this year.
He could go in that mega trade. Don't worry about the future first.
We were not going to bring in Lewis and Caddy.
Yeah, bring them all. Get rid of these 7 dwarfs and let's get some towers up there.
Well, Lewis...
The tall players don't get any shorter.
He was the less favoured of the 4 talls. And he kicked 4 in the semi, I think. Was it the semi-final? He kicked 4 goals. Looked really good.
Yep.
200 centimetre. Big boy. I'd be having a look this year. I think that he could be gettable. Clarko coached him as well. So we've got the ties there. Zane Littlejohn. So I'd be... definitely making that call, Brady, when you get back from your apparent holiday.
Yes.
The other one...
If you know trade periods in October, Brady.
The other one...
You know it.
The other one I'd have a look at from Hawthorn. I don't think this would happen because he's pretty embedded in that culture. But Jarman Impey.
Yeah,
he's old. If you needed someone to come in and provide some dash-off half-back, he might be another one. And then the last one... It's not a star-studded group, the 26 free agents, but Zach Butters, he's going to be linked everywhere. I don't think
he'll be the number 1 target, and he will go. He is gettable.
Yeah.
He will not be at Port Adelaide
if you could
beyond his contract.
All right, here's a bit of pick and stick, as the Fireball boys like to say. If you could pick one of Butters or Bailey, who are you taking?
Oh, I'll take Bailey.
Yeah, so would I. Well, that was a bit anticlimactic.
It was.
Anyway, I've got the North free agents for you.
Yeah.
Just in case you're wondering. So we've got Aiden Core.
Yeah, he can go.
Wouldn't imagine he's getting a lot of interest. The Pink Pony Club.
Yeah, he can go as well.
Bailey Scott.
He can go.
He might go now.
He'll be gone.
This year. And Elmac.
No, I like Elmac.
Yeah, so
he can stay.
Well, and for God's sake, if he does stay, and this is very early...
Not a 5-year, not a 3-year. One.
He's on the Boomers
just
from now on.
Yeah, just a +1.
Oh, dear.
All right.
All right, that's a mega trade preview for our listeners. And once again, big congrats to Bulls Cooking, who took away the tipping competition. I've been in contact with the great man, and that'll be shipped out next week. His bling bling ring.
Nice. Just something on general, we've touched a bit on it. Brisbane Gold Coast won't be happy, no one in Australia, because they'll be headlining the last day in October or September next year, the grand final. Brisbane Gold Coast, all Queensland.
Yeah, well, they've created this issue themselves.
Look at the academy. Look, and they're going to get track, as in Gold Coast. Brisbane had got about eight, almost starting 8 that missed out from...
Yep.
And they're getting Draper and Oscar Allen.
And so Daniel Annabelle, top 5 pick.
And if it's not them, it'll be Geelong. It'll get the St Kilda Marshals. And
he requested a trade tonight.
Yeah, he requested a trade hot off the press tonight, recording on Friday. And, well, God help us if they get Curnow as well.
Yeah, well, they can't.
That's his favourite. Well, they shouldn't because he's under a contract. But Carlton and anyone with any club with a contracted player, has to just say, no, you're coming back. And that includes you, Brady, if you're listening, with Jai.
We need more.
Unless you've got to get paid overs, or at least a win-win. But even better if you get overs.
There's too much power in the players these days.
It's ridiculous.
I think if they want to have all this where they can say, I've got 6 years left, I want to go, then clubs should be able to say, I don't care if you don't want to go, you're going.
Yeah, and you're going to this club.
Yeah.
If it's a contract over a certain amount of money,
Like, let's reflect.
say average wage, 4 years, 4-year contract, you go where we tell you to go.
Yeah,
unless you and your manager can get a better deal for us somewhere else.
I think it's got to at least start with nominating a state, not a team.
The thing is,
To talk about the Horn Francis deal,
Yep.
Adelaide would have given us a shit ton more than what Port did.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
So he can say, right, I want to go home to South Australia, and you say, that's fine, we'll talk to both clubs and take the best deal for us.
Yep, exactly.
Because you're not homesick from Port Adelaide, you're homesick from South Australia.
Yeah, and that was bullshit anyway.
Yeah, anyway. Let's not end the pod on a negative note.
No.
What was your highlight from Bali?
It was a really good trip. Went over to paint the picture. There's a group of mates I always I went to school with back a fair while ago. We won't say exactly when, but it wasn't this millennial, let me tell you. And we always get together on Brownlow night and grand final night and have a few beers. And last grand final we decided we'd go to Bali. I've never been there before in my life. Went there a bit nervous. Didn't know what, you hear some stories, good and bad, but it was very enjoyable. We watched all the football, the Brownlow, all at the sports bars. And, I may have got up and dominated the band. You might have seen a video of me with a talk about the little players. This bloke was about 5'0".
Yeah, he'd be straight in the North forward line.
And he was he was encouraging people to come up and sing, so... A lot of beers and a few shots later, I got up. And,
bit of liquid courage.
Just dominated, but can never remember the words, but put on a show.
Well, that you did. You're lucky it hasn't made its way to the Shimboners socials.
Do not ever put it out there.
I wouldn't do it to people. I would not do it. But thank you for your continued support of the pod. We'll be covering all through the trade period, and of course our continued coverage of the AFLW, which I will be there tomorrow, supporting the girls with my family, and you'll be at work, unfortunately.
I've got to pay for the holiday.
Yeah.
So unfortunately I can't get there, but the
Frog will be there.
The Frog will be there. We expect nothing less than total domination.
Yes, as per usual on the big, wide surface that is UTAS Stadium.
Yes.
I can imagine the Swans will have a lot of trouble trying to rebound out of our forward 50.
Now, I've been away and obviously haven't followed it as closely as I'd like, but surely Blah Blah. She had a Rising Star nomination.
I think she's too old.
Ah, right, yes.
I think that can be the only explanation.
Yeah, because she's 26, so that would be right. Okay. Anyway, I expect her to dominate on the wide expanses, but Swans have got a couple of good players. Obviously, Chloe Malloy.
Zippy Fish, best name in the business.
Yes, and Montana Hand, former number 1 draft pick, who's a key position type, and that's probably a bit of a worry for our back line, just a little bit, because she plays as a bit as a midfielder as well, so someone's going to have to put tight reins on her, and it'll probably be Eliza Shannon. Big task, I reckon. Because I reckon Chloe will get Libby Birch will go to Chloe Malloy.
Yeah, be interesting to see.
Anyway, vast expanses. I'm glad Erica's back in because her pace coming out of the back line will be very well used.
Will be. All right, that's us. Thanks again for your continued support. If you want to support us, hit subscribe or like on whatever platform you are listening to, and keep an eye on our socials for more opportunity to get your questions in as the trade period progresses. Chief, thanks for coming back, and you were pretty seamless on return, I must say.
Thanks. Yeah, not my first pod. Hopefully it won't be my last. Thanks for having me. Great to be back and talk North. I was over in Bali. I was just waiting for your pod to drop, and it didn't drop.
No.
Well, I think it did, but
it was an inopportune time to get unwell.
No, that's right. Maybe you had the Bali belly.
Yeah, maybe.
Your little fella did. Anyway, as usual, Garnakangas.
Thanks, guys. Talk soon. Go Roos.
So join in the chorus and sing it one and all. Join in the chorus, North Melbourne's on the ball. Good old North Melbourne, they're champions, you'll agree. North Melbourne is the team that plays to win for you